CTV's chief political correspondent, Vassy Kapelos, is standing by. Okay, Vassy, let's talk about the vetting process and how the Conservatives and Liberals are handling these controversial candidates.
Yeah, maybe the better question, Sandy, is what vetting process? I understand that things move quickly, and certainly that appears to be the case with these three individuals. But it is hard not to kind of take your eyes away from the fact that 24 hours ago, we sat together talking about, Mark Carney, for example, standing by Paul Chang. In 24 hours later, we are 3 candidates down, 2 for the Conservatives and 1 for the Liberals. I think as far as the differences in how they're handled, I mean, first of all, the substance of what was said and done is different for each. But in the case of Paul Chang, for example, it was close to midnight when he announced he would resign. Mark Carney, like I said, had accepted his apology. He posted 2 apologies to social media, was standing by him in the interim, and certainly that appeared to be the case yesterday. So it was a far longer process. Today with the Conservatives, it was this candidate out in Windsor. I had received last night some audio of a podcast that he had done back in 2022, and when the comments surfaced about him being in favor, he says joking, but in favor of public hangings and the death penalty, and he included in a group Justin Trudeau of people he says should be subject to that, along with, for example, Paul Bernardo. Within an hour of sending that out this morning to the Conservatives for response, they decided to remove him. They said that was unacceptable and remove him as a candidate. I will just point out a quick caveat that he says he did tell the party about this prior to becoming a candidate for them. We reached out to the party to find out, hey, did you know about this before? And they have not yet responded to us.
Interesting. Vassy, this cannot be good for either Carney or Poilievre. So what impact will this have on their respective campaigns? And we should keep in mind, we have the most recent Nanos poll that shows the Liberals with an 8-point lead. So your thoughts on that?
Yeah, it's hard to measure the exact impact. All I can say for sure, and those polls certainly do tell a very specific story, is that anytime you're not talking about what you want to be talking about the policy that you're pitching, for example, or about other things going on in the world, like this so-called Liberation Day tomorrow, and what your response would be to that. Any day that that's not the case and you have to talk about a problem within your own party is not the best day for your party. So I think there is an impact. It's difficult to measure in the aggregate what it is, but it's certainly not nothing, Sandy.
Okay. Well, all of this happening under the shadow, you said, of Liberation Day. So, Vassy, thank you for this.